Today on CJ's Knits, we are going to create a sweater using a passap knitting machine. So today's challenge was whether I could build a sweater using just my Duo 80. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my Duo 80 to make a tension swatch. I'm going to put the readings into my favorite patterning program, and then over the next week I'm going to build each of the 4 elements of a sweater using only the Duo 80, and I'm going to bring you guys along for that challenge. So the first thing I need to do is to clean up my room and get ready to knit a tension swatch. Step 1, let's make a tension swatch. So cleanup is done. Now we're going to do a tension swatch. To do it on a standard bed, metal bed like Brother, I would do 35 left, 35 right, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to I'm just going to follow my rules for the Brother knitting machines. So I'm going to do it 2x2 ribbing for the entire project. So I'm going to start with 1x1, and then I'm going to transfer the stitches manually. So I will get that set up here. Alright, so I got a little bit more light here. So if I'm listening to Alec right, then I need the same on both sides, and I have to put my rack in the uppermost position. So if that's 0, uppermost position, they should be aligned, and they are. Okay, move these down. Move that. Okay. If I'm right. Okay. Now I'm going to bring the opposite ones up. Okay. Edge markers in on the thing. Those are closed. Okay. Oh, I'm one short. Try that again. Okay, so now we're perfect. Lowest position. Now, one by one. No, upper. Okay, 1x1 position. And then moving the one that is empty. Okay. Now do the opposite to the top ones. I mean front bed. Okay. And moving the edge marker. Okay, so now I have to read some more in my manual so that I know where my lever needs to be for the cast on. So I'm going to read some more in my manual and see what it says. Alright, so I'm going to read this. It says for the tubular cast on, needles up, needle rule is in play, orange strippers are in. I don't know if you can see that. Orange strippers are in. I'm in N, row stitch size, it says 1, so I'm going to do 1. Okay. Knit 1 row and then 2 rows at CX size 3.5. Okay. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Reset row counter. I think these are too high, so I'm just going to move them down just a little bit so that they're level with each other. Here's how this thing scares me. Okay, I feel that's good. Okay, we're going to knit across. Okay, that worked really good. I'm quite happy. So now 3.5. And I'm in CX, so turn the dial to C, dial to C, X, X. Doesn't say any buttons are pushed, so we're good there. And now we're going to knit 2 rows, and then we're going to increase to 4.5 and go back to N. Okay. So now we're going across. Well, that worked pretty cool. Okay, that's 1. Oh, have a yarn. Okay, that was a little frightening. So now I'm going to take it out of X, back to N, to 4.5. Okay. And now I just knit, apparently. Okay, this is really weird to me. Handle up or handle down? Racking handle now goes down. Okay. Racking handle down. Really? How did that happen? Observe needle rule, racking handle down. Orange strippers. Okay, that's just weird. But let's go for it. All right. I don't think that's correct. I think its racking handle should be up. Because I'm doing 1 by 1 ribbing. We're going to put the racking handle back up. And we're going to knit 2 more rows. Hang on, I'm having a yarn problem. All right. I'm now going to use a bodkin and I'm going to go to 2 by 2 ribbing and we'll see what happens. Okay, I guess I'm on my own for this. So, transferring. So what I'm doing is I am just transferring the stitches manually where they need to be for 2 by 2. I'll come back when that's ready. Okay, I've moved the camera. I also kind of screwed up how I transferred these, but I wanted to keep the needle rule in play. So I'm just going to make sure that stitches that are not in work stay out of work. I'm now going to try knitting across at that same 4.5. I'm going to knit probably 15 rows, and then I will have to play with it a little bit and see if I can't get some other yarn in there. So here we go. Yet again, I'm having yarn issues. All right, I went to row 14. I'm now switching colors to an off-white. I'm going to knit 2 rows of off-white, and then I'll go back to this weird gray. So 2 rows. Back to the gray, resetting row counter, and then I need 30 rows of gray, and then I will do stitch markers at 21 left and 21 right. So let's just do this. I'm at 14. Looks like I'm having yarn issues again. Yep, I did. Okay, so that yarn barf was caused by this tiny little bit of fluff that decided to grab the other side of the yarn. Yay. Let's continue. That is 19 rows. 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, so now I need to put a yarn marker at 21 left and 21 right. So if that's 21, this one's 21, and 21. Okay, so I'm going to find a way to get a yarn marker on that. Okay, so I'm going to try the fishing method. There we go. I'm going to do the other side. And then I'm going to very carefully put the yarn back in the right side of the needle so it doesn't interfere. All right. Of course. The little dog is fighting with the big dog. It's okay, they're under supervision. Okay, so yarn markers are in place. I'm now going to knit another 30 rows to make it 60. Oh, I'm about to have some more issues. Okay, gonna keep going. We're at 44. Yes, I'm having yarn issues. That's 51, 52, 53, 4, 5. Oh, look, a yarn barf. 6, 7, 58, 59, and that's 60. Now it just so happens that I'm out of gray yarn and I have to do 2 rows of off-white. So 1, 2. I'm now going to switch to another yarn barf of gray, and we'll finish up this sample piece. Okay, so now we're going to try and knit with this another 10 rows. Ooh. Give me a second. And I immediately have yarn barf. Of course. I'm not sure why this is happening, but it's driving me nuts. I've never had this much trouble with this yarn in my life. Looks like in order to use this yarn, I'm going to have to put it on cones. All right. Now I need to cast this off. If I've done this right, which I have to wonder if I did. Okay, I'm going to try going tension 7-7 and then just latch tooling. Okay, I'm going to try and cast this off. I think I started that one. I need this one. Okay. So I start with this one. Go through it. And this one, right? Okay. I'm gonna go through that one. Through that one. Okay, I'm going to keep working on this and we'll come back. Okay, well that was a failure because, yeah, this dropped off the bed while I was trying to seam it up. But I'm going to try this again and I'm going to try latching it off properly and we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I just accidentally dropped this part and I'm not even going to try and save it. There's just no reason. Okay, so this is attempt number 2 at a tension swatch using a passap Duo 80. The first one, I dropped at the last row when I was casting it off. So we're going to try this again. I am going to change up one thing. I did not like the tension on this little sample. I would like it to be a little looser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase from 4.5 to 5.5. So one whole number. And we'll see what it does. I've reset my row counter to 000. I'm going to knit at least 10 rows of this gray and then 2 rows of white and then the rest of the gray. So this is attempt number 1. Well, 2. So that's 10 rows. I think for my mental health, I'm going to weigh this down a little bit. So I'll get some claw weights. Okay, I just put a teeny tiny bit of weight on there. I'm going to knit another 5 rows, see how it works. That just feels a lot better to me. I know you're not supposed to weigh these down, but personally, I'm used to weight. I'm going to add one more. All right, I'm going to switch to my white yarn. Go 2 rows and then reset my row counter. All right, so now I need 30 rows of gray, and then I'll do the yarn marking again. Okay, so I need 21 left and 21 right. Yes, I know that there's no yarn on those ones, but it's just to mark it. I'm now going to put a actual yarn marker on the ones on the back bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, just like before, it's going to go on to 21. So between the beds, and on to 21. Between the beds. Okay, we're safe. So that's 21, 21. We have another 30 rows of knitting. So here we go. Okay, so that's 60 rows. I'm going to grab the white, knit 2 rows. Switching it back to gray. Going to knit another 10 to 20 rows. Resetting row counter. Okay, 2 more rows. All right, I'm going to go tension 7, 1 row. Okay, now what happened last time was I lacked confidence, and so now I'm going to try my best to not lower the bed to do this, but now I'm going to start latch tool cast off from the far end with no weight on it. And I'm going to see if I can't get this to work. So this is going to be a bit of a long process because I lack confidence. But we'll see how this works. I'm not sure. So I should be able to go. Okay, I think I am supposed to lower it down 1. Okay. Now it's okay. I'm not supposed to take it off the hooks, I think. Keep trying this. Okay. Open that up. This is a pretty slow process. Yet it shouldn't be. All right, I gotta go yell at somebody. Okay, so we got this done. This is a fairly nice sample. As you can see, I did a good cast on, a reasonable cast off, I'm now going to wash and dry this sample, and then I will put the readings into my favorite charting program. And then we will come up with a nice pattern that everybody can follow. So what do we have for a reading on these lovely tension swatch? Well, according to this ruler, it is 16 by 13. It's hard to tell because it's on the machine, but I got 16 and 13. So 13 centimeters, 60 rows, 16 centimeters, 40 stitches. And from that, I will make my pattern. Why keep it simple when we can do a set-in sleeve this time?